Well, hello and welcome to the Jammin Jukebox radio show. I am your host, DJ Delta Dawn, and so very glad to be here with you on your Tuesday night. And I hope today was a great one for you, and I hope your week is off to a good start. Mine is, but I'm always looking for Friday. I know many of you out there are. Don't even try. It is, but hopefully this week is a little bit better than last week. I think last week most of our country, with the exception of California, was in brutal, cold lockdown. Snow, rain, you name it, we had it. And this week so far is shaping up to be a little bit better for most folks. So glad to have you with us tonight. We want to welcome everyone here. And also, if you're brand new to our program, welcome aboard. We are very glad to have you tuning in tonight. And wow, what a great night that you picked to tune in. We've got a wonderful guest on the line, and I can't wait to bring her on and introduce her to you. When I first heard her music, I was just like, wow, because she is very young. I mean, she's you know, gosh, she is pretty much making a name for herself in the music world, but yet she sounds well beyond her years in terms of her vocal ability and her songwriting ability. Yet, you know, she's not been at this too terribly long, but she is really getting some attention of and radio airplay everywhere. And to give you a little bit of an idea of who she is, you know, she is a New York-based singer-songwriter, and pretty much does what any teenage girl would do, with the exception of writing some outstanding music. And she, in February of 2012, showcased a dynamic mix of sparkling songs, energetic performances, and auspicious vocal authority on her debut EP, Speechless. And the EP served as the introduction to an emerging artist on the edge of ascension, a performer, guitarist, and songwriter whose mastery of pop song craft reaches far beyond any chronological age. And just as I said, she is well beyond her years in terms of talent, immense talent. She was invited to attend in the fall of that same year the prestigious Clive Davis Institute of Recorded Music, housed at New York University's Tisch School of the Arts. And there she was afforded the pleasure of working with some of the best in the industry, including numerous Grammy Award-winning professors. I mean, wow, what a treat and an opportunity for this young lady. And later that year, she and some of her classmates collaborated to create a viral cover of the famous Rihanna song Diamonds, and the video garnered the attention of Rihanna herself, who invited them to her concert in Newark, where she personally admired and congratulated them on their work. Wow. And so she has since expanded to the Big Apple, and her writing style has definitely evolved from there. And she released just last summer her most mature project to date, the standalone single September, and which was produced by Justin Tracy. And we are actually going to be playing that song a little bit later in the show. But she also is she is known for working with the charity Smile Train, which is an international charity that provides free cleft surgery for thousands of poor children in developing countries. And this young lady, she is so smart and is so, like I said, she's so beyond her years. But 100% of the iTunes sales from her Speechless EP are donated to the Smile Train organization. And talking about selfless, that is absolutely incredible. And so we, as I said, we're going to be playing her single September along with another one called Who We Are later in the show. But right now, I am so very pleased and proud to introduce to you and welcome Sonali. Hello.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for being with us. And I tell you, as I was kind of going through the intro there and talking about you and all that you've accomplished and the things that you've done, I was like just impressed all over again with you because, you know, number one, you're not very old. You definitely sound well beyond your years, and you're immensely talented. And I just have to, first off, congratulate you on your early success because it's quite a feat that you've mastered.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You are so welcome. So let's back up a little bit before 2012, and let's talk a little bit about, growing up. Were you always kind of bitten by the music bug, or did somewhere along the way it just kind of hit you that this was what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I've always wanted to do music. I remember I was 3 years old when I told my parents I wanted to be a singer, and they thought I was crazy, and I was just any old 3-year-old with that crazy dream. But I was serious. But they actually started me with piano lessons when I was 5, but I hated it. I played with my elbows, with my knees, with my toes, anything but my hands, really. And I just always wanted to sing. So finally I started doing classical voice when I was 6 years old. And, from then on, I've just really, really loved music. I ended up teaching myself piano after studying music theory. And I picked up guitar along the way. I'd always wanted to accompany myself. So I started playing electric guitar, actually, first. And then I bought my first acoustic guitar about a year ago. And now I just play both, and I love it.
Oh, wow. And that's amazing. And the thing that gets me is when you were so young, I mean, you were taking classical voice lessons. I mean, at 6 years old, that's amazing.
Yeah, I find that's the best way to start. You really get your technique solid, and then I started doing pop pretty recently, actually, and then having that foundation really helped.
Oh, most definitely. Well, you've had some incredible things happen to you. I mean, I even spoke about this in the intro, where you and some classmates, did the cover for the Rihanna song Diamonds, and wow, the thing went viral. And what was that like? I mean, when you guys created that, did you ever envision that everything that followed would happen?
Oh, no, definitely not. And that was such a crazy ride. I was really lucky to be able to share that with my friends because none of us had ever had anything like that happen to us. And I remember we made the video. It was a lot of fun. It was really easy to make because everyone was really, organized and on top of it. And we watched the video, and we were like, wow, this looks really good. We're really proud of it. We posted it, and then I remember in a couple hours, all of a sudden it had 7,000 views, and we were all like, oh, wow, that's great. And then it just, skyrocketed from there. And then I remember BuzzFeed picked it up, and Ryan Seacrest posted it on his website, and we just couldn't believe it.
Oh, wow. Well, I tell you, it's that's the beauty of social media and YouTube and Vivo because, when you think about in this day and time, all of, Justin Bieber's a great example is, he started out doing covers on YouTube, and Usher saw him one day and it was like, wow, this kid's got it. And you just don't ever know who's watching, or if you're covering a song for an artist, as in Rihanna's case, the artists themselves are going to see it and go, oh my gosh, and wow, I mean, and for her to go and take it and do what she did with it in terms of, acknowledging you guys, inviting you to a concert and really, giving you the props and accolades for your work. That had to have been probably one of the biggest moments of your life in terms of, I mean, gosh, who would have ever thunk it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I will never forget that. Just seeing her concert was incredible because she's an amazing performer. She has so much stage presence, and she was just inspiring, really, to watch. And then when we got to meet her and everything, that was crazy. I remember we were all just so nervous because we couldn't even believe that we were about to meet her. And then she came in, and she was so beautiful, and she was so nice. She was really humble and down to earth, which was really great. And she actually took the time to, go around and introduce herself to each one of us in the room. She talked to us for a little bit. And, she was really nice, and it was just a really cool, calm moment, and it was great.
Well, when Ryan Seacrest picked the video up, did you actually get to talk with Ryan, or did he invite you guys to go on to his show to talk about this, or what happened with that?
What he did was he posted the video on his website, and then he did little one-line bios on each of the performers in the videos, so which was really cool because we didn't reach out to them or anything. They did it all on their own. So we were surprised and excited.
Well, that is, it doesn't get much bigger than Ryan Seacrest and Rihanna. I mean, that is so cool. And how many indie artists actually can say, that they have that to their credit? I mean, I don't know of any out there, really. Yeah,
absolutely. I feel very blessed to have had that experience.
Oh, yeah, that's very exclusive. I mean, it's like, lucky you.
Yeah.
And but that, I think that, that is such a momentous thing for your career, not to mention your friends, but for you particularly, with you pursuing music, to have that, just to say, well, this is what happened, and have that be a part of what you're trying to do now. Yeah. But, overall, I think, Sonali, you are just a phenomenal human being, because not only are you immensely talented, but I mean, with the Smile Train organization that you've supported through your music, I mean, that is incredible. I mean, because when you think about all the indie artists out there who are, for the most part, starving artists because, they're self-funded, it's not often that you can find an indie artist that can actually take proceeds from a song and will donate it to a cause that they believe in. And I think that is so huge, and you've really set a precedence here. And I think you've set the bar a little bit high for more indies to get out and achieve that same, endeavor. So kudos to you on that.
Yeah, thank you. For me, one of the biggest privileges is to be able to use something you love to help others, and that's a huge reason of why I want to do music and be able to make it, because the bigger name you have for yourself, the more people you can reach, and that's what I wanted to do.
Oh, yeah, and you really have the right idea about it, because obviously your heart's in the right place with what you do, aside from the fact that you just absolutely love music and this is your passion. But to be able to recognize that beyond that, you can use it for the good of others. I mean, that's so huge for someone like you who is so young. So you really do have it figured out, and that is going to serve you well as you go forward, I can assure you. Now, I want to talk about this incredible song, September. We've been playing it on our show, and I know that it's really gotten a lot of great positive feedback and airplay. And talk a little bit about the background of the song.
Yeah, so September is basically a song about taking a stand for yourself. And I mean, that's what I try to do when I songwrite. I'm a very optimistic person, so I try to always put that spin on everything I do. So, September is a song about just, standing up for yourself and doing what you need to do. It's basically, I think a lot of people can relate to this, about being in a bad relationship and it's kind of toxic. You know it from the beginning, but you get into it anyways. But as you're going on in time, you're like, okay, I shouldn't have done this. Maybe I should backtrack. And then it's just basically about having the courage to stand up and fight for what you believe in.
Oh, yeah. That's brilliant. And that's a great anthem for anyone. I mean, age is not a factor. I think anyone who's anyone has had that experience of, of having to make that decision to stand up for themselves at some point or time in their lives. And what a powerful song. I mean, the lyrics are so incredibly powerful and so inspiring. And the first time I heard it, I totally got that about the song. And I really could feel the message that you were trying to convey through the music, which was just incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, that song was a lot of fun to make.
Well, and speaking of songwriting, I know you've written a lot of songs, and of course, you play guitar and so forth, but how does your songwriting process take place? I mean, does it just kind of hit you when you're in the shower, when you're in the car? I mean, what happens for you? Because I know every artist, it's different.
Actually, yeah, it's a lot like that. I get inspired at the most random moments by anything, really. Well, my goal for songwriting is to be able to relate to people. That's why I love songwriting. I think one of the coolest things ever is when you hear a song and lyrically it sounds like someone wrote it about your life and you just totally relate to it. So that's what I like to do with my music. I like to give other people that experience. So a lot of times I'll be inspired by something I went through or maybe a friend went through, and then I'll kind of it might not be word for word true. I'll kind of put my own spin on it, and I get to be kind of like an author, which I think is really cool. I like to be creative in that way. And so, yeah, I can be inspired by anything, really.
Well, and that's really cool because, the fact that, again, I keep going back to the fact that, you're as young as you are, and you just seem to have not only a great head on your shoulders, but you seem to be far beyond your years in terms of thinking about really what life is all about. And your music seems to illustrate that in a great way, which, as you go forward, it's just I can see you building upon that in so many different ways, which I think is going to be awesome. Now, talk a little bit about some of the current things that you have going on.
I have. I've been working really hard for the past couple of months on an EP, And I've been working with someone in New York. His name's Justin, and it's been really great working with him. It was my first experience co-writing. Normally I've been doing everything by myself up till this point, but I finally got to write with somebody else, and that was such a great experience. It's really fun to be able to share that with somebody else because songwriting is a really personal process. So to be able to have somebody else there was really cool, and I think I learned so much from that. So anyways, I will be having my EP come out this February. So if you want any more information on that, I'll be posting it on my website. That's itsmesonali.com. And I'm really, really excited to share that with everyone. I'm really proud of it. I feel like I finally found a sound that's, really me. And when I listen back to the lyrics, it all seems like it's really conveying my personality and what I believe in. And I'm really excited to hear what people think.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. Well, I can tell you, if September and your early releases are any indication of what this EP is going to hold, we're all in for a great treat. I just know we are. And I can't wait, honestly. But I have to ask you also, because in addition to being just an immensely talented singer-songwriter, you are gorgeous. Have you ever done any modeling?
I haven't actually, but I would really like to get into it. I plan on.
Well, I hope you will pursue that at some point, because you just, as I was reviewing your website and I've seen, your social media photos and in various places, I mean, the photos that were shot for your website and, just your current promotional stuff are just stunning. I mean, you just really do have that look. And I was curious if you had done any modeling. So if you haven't, you definitely should, for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, I plan on it. I'm actually pretty new to all this stuff, so it's been a huge learning experience, but it's a lot of fun, so I would like to get into it.
Well, considering all this has kind of happened so quickly for you, and it's just like one big whirlwind, what have you found to be the most surprising aspect of it all thus far?
It's a good question. I mean, I've always known it, but, you always hear about how hard it is and how the odds are stacked against you. And I've always wanted to do this, so I've always heard that, but I guess now I'm actually living it. But It's not surprising, though, because I still feel really fortunate that I'm supported by a family who's okay with me doing this and is behind me 100%. And I'm really fortunate to be able to do what I love for work every single day. So I guess it comes as a bit of a surprise when you're actually living it, but I'm still really happy and fortunate to be doing it.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And I actually envision you doing this for a very long time to come. I think that at some point we are going to hear, Rihanna has her first name. We're going to hear Sonali on the radio. You're going to be on with Ryan Seacrest one of these days, talking with him about your latest release. And I have no doubt about that.
I hope so.
Yeah, I really believe so. I mean, hey, you've already got your foot in the door, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just a matter of time now before he really just gets serious about this and gets you on his show. But yeah, I mean, there's so many things I know that are going to happen for you that are just going to be incredible. And now let me ask you, do you anticipate making any new music videos to go along with the new material that you'll be releasing?
Yeah, definitely. I'm actually shooting a music video later on this week that I'll be releasing in February, so I'm really excited for that. Music videos are actually some of my favorite things to do. Again, that's pretty new for me, too, so my first experience with that was actually the Rihanna thing. That was my first music video, and it's so much fun to be in front of the camera. So, yeah, definitely a lot more music videos to come.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, just so you know, and this is kind of new for us, but we've actually just started a Jammin Jukebox Radio TV channel, which is embedded onto our website. So when you get any new videos for any of your material, just send me the link or have your publicist send us the link, and we will include it on our channel. And it plays 24/7. Site. So we're happy to promote that. It's just another way for us to help people be heard, the indie artists be heard, in addition to doing our radio shows here and interviews. So we're very excited about this and hope that it will help many indie artists out there. So yeah, we really love it. It's really kind of neat because it's almost like, of course you're too young to know this and remember this, but back in my day when I was about your age, MTV came out originally as just a constant 24/7
Yeah.
music video
Yeah.
channel. And, you know, now it's changed so much. MTV is far removed from that original concept. But, you know, in watching the channel myself on our site, it's been like taking a trip down memory lane, only with indie artists. It's really cool, you know.
Yeah,
But,
it's really
so,
cool.
yeah, we would love to add anything that you have. That would be awesome. And so what else? I mean, you're making a music video. You've got a new EP coming out. I mean, you've got so much going on. Are you going to be doing any performances anywhere?
Yeah, I'm on winter break right now, but I'm about to head back to New York for college, and then I'll be gigging around the city.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, Sonali, I know that there is. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited for you personally. To I can't wait to see how this year is going to unfold for you, as I know it's going to be a phenomenal year, and all the great things that are going to be coming out on behalf of you and your artistry. It's just wonderful. I love your music, and I'm a big fan. So definitely cannot wait for the new stuff. And please get that to us. We'd love to help you promote it.
I will, definitely.
Well, we want to wish you much continued success as you go forward, and even though you don't need it, because you're just a natural-born, successful winner. I mean, that's just very evident in everything that you do. But we do wish you well, and look forward to speaking with you back down the road and to catch up and to find out what other new exciting things you have going on, because I'm sure there's going to be much to tell as you go forward.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you are so very welcome, and thank you. The pleasure is all ours. Oh, we've been speaking with Sonali, and I must tell you, if you do not know who this young lady is, you need to get to know her, because she is just an incredible artist, and we are actually going to play a couple of songs by her in just a moment, so you can get a little taste of her great musicianship. But I tell you, to be so young, she is quite impressive. And if you would like to kind of stay up with everything that she has going on, you can visit her website. It's Me Sonali, and Sonali is spelled SONALI.com. You also can find her on Facebook and Twitter at It's Me Sonali. And any one of those places, you can find everything you need to know about her, when her new music is going to drop, and any new videos that she will be posting and will be coming out. So phenomenal artist. I'm telling you, will not be disappointed. And also, if you like her music, it is on iTunes. Please go there and buy it. These artists are self-funded for the most part. Everything they do comes out of their own pocket. And they do what they do because they absolutely love it. They have a passion for it, and it always comes through in their music. And to me, indie music is the best out there, because artists really do have, this enormous amount of creative ability that is oftentimes stifled in mainstream music. So we really get to see artists for who they are and that incredible talent. And so if you love the music, please support it. Buy their stuff and show them your support. Don't just listen to it online. Go buy it and add it to your collection, because that is what keeps them going, and that's what enables them to continue making more great music, so that we can continue being entertained and have it to enjoy. So without further ado, I'm going to play a couple songs by Sonali at this time. The first song will be September, which has been her latest release for some time now, and also there's a video out to the song that you can find on YouTube. And also it will be followed by Who We Are. Okay. I think there is an issue with I've had this happen a couple of times with the software. If the tracks are, it has to be a certain, I don't know how to explain it without it sounding terribly confusing, but the tracks have to be a certain frequency or what have you, or it won't be compatible with software, and apparently her two tracks are not. They're higher than what the software allows, which the higher, the better quality. So the tracks are great quality. You just won't play with the software, and I do apologize. What we will do is we will have both of these tracks on our website immediately following our interview here so that you can listen to them, stream them right there online. Our website is thejamminjukebox.com, and just go to the interviews tab. You'll see hers will be the very first one. You'll see the interview with Sonali, and you'll also be able to, listen to the tracks right there online. So if you'll give us about 30 minutes or so to give us time to get them loaded and the site updated, then we will put out a tweet, and you can go there and check those out. And tonight we just want to say a huge thank you to Sonali for being our special guest, and also many thanks to all of you for being with us as well. And again, if you're brand new to our program, we're so glad you stopped by and checked us out. We're always glad to have new fans and listeners, so we hope that you'll be back again real soon. And with that, for Jammin' Jukebox Radio Show, I am your host, DJ Delta Dawn, bidding you farewell, God bless, and good night.
Thanks for listening to tonight's show. You can connect with Jammin' Jukebox Radio Show on Twitter at Jammin' Jukebox or on Facebook at Jammin' Jukebox Radio Show. Check out our website at thejamminjukebox.com. Also, follow us on Blog Talk, where you will be always up to date on every episode as we add it. Each episode is available for immediate download upon the conclusion of each broadcast, and as always, on iTunes. Thank you for joining us.